Hi, I'm Jing. I'm a single mom of four and a doula of one. I've been freelancing for the past, I don't know how many years. I really started out as a freelancer because I remember when I was growing up, my mom had a 9 to 5 job and she was always not there. So when I became a mom, I thought I don't want that to happen to my kids, that I'm not there. So at the first opportunity that I had, after having built my name and my network, I started freelancing. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I started out as a newspaper reporter at the Business Star. That's where I learned how to make like 4 stories a day on typewriters. No computers yet. And we faxed it to our office. Um, Afterwards, I dabbled in public relations for a while. But then an opportunity came for me to join the world of magazines, and I became a part of the launch team of Smart Parenting magazine of Summit Media. At the time, Summit Media was one of the biggest uh, magazine publishers in the country. I had a lot of fun with Smart Parenting because, of course, I was a mom. I have 4 kids, so it came natural to me, coming up with stories, etc., and then working with kids, working with moms. It was easy and fun. Um, and then I moved afterwards to Good Housekeeping Philippines as home and family editor. Was in that position for I think like a year or so before I finally became the editor-in-chief of Good Housekeeping, which was at the time the #1 home and family magazine in the country. And it was a privilege for me because it allowed me to speak to my fellow moms each and every month and provide them with useful information. I remember we not only talked about parenting, but also talked about marriage. I think I was the first editor who incorporated that you need to take care of the marriage, you need to have that sex life, etc. Because I thought that it was the very basic, right? The marriage is the basic unit, so you can't take care of your family without taking care of your marriage. Of course, which is ironic because I'm a single mom. Anyway, I did that stint for like 5.5 years. And then afterwards, I just became a freelancer because I got bored. I don't know if that's a weakness or a strength, but um, I have an expiration date of what I want to do because I'm always searching for something new or for something more challenging. This brought me to the world of digital. Uh, at the time when I left the magazine world, we were still on top, but the websites were already becoming popular, and I remember saying that we should have a website of our own. But then that didn't materialize. So when I left, I started exploring the digital world, and I was successful enough to have made that transition. So I again joined a mommy-oriented group. It's called Mommy Mundo. I became content head of their website and also their messaging. Apart from that, I did a lot of other projects. I wrote magazine articles. I became a book editor. Um, it was freelancing at its best, I guess, because I had uh, the best of all these worlds. Um, Afterwards, I think it was last year or so that I joined the city government of Bacoor to handle their social media. Again, this is another digital adventure for me. I had previously managed social medias for like corporate clients, but this was different because it was a local government and it's really a form of public service. So as of now, we're very happy with the way that things are turning out. We have gained a lot of followers. When I came in, it was just like 17,000. And now we're at 80,000, so that's a big chunk. But more than the numbers, I think it's the public service that makes my job very worthwhile because you actually get to help real people and you talk to real people uh, almost every day. Okay, that's it. What are my strengths? My strengths is I have obviously experience in providing content, and I'm really good at writing and I love writing, so it's really not a chore for me. Um, my weakness, I guess, is I'm too honest. I say what I mean. So sometimes I guess that's not being polite. But it gets the work done. I think maybe some Filipinos are not used to it when you're so frank about things. But for me, the objective is to get the work done because you have a deadline. So there. So how do I take in negative feedback? I take it very well. I was trained in the newspapers where we actually printed our material, and I would see the editor like with this red ball pen slashing my words. So I'm very thick-skinned about criticism. In fact, I welcome it because I think there's always something that you can learn, which leads me to the next question. I'm 50 years old, but I think there's still a lot of things that I don't know, which is actually why I got interested in enrolling in the rural outsourcing program, because I thought that I would learn some more, and not just from the actual curriculum, but also from the people that I would meet. Because I think that's one of the things that you overlook. Sometimes you get too caught up in the books and in notes or whatever, but you forget about learning from people because you sometimes learn a lot just by observing how they are. So there. What's my specialization? Of course, content. Content is my specialization, and I work fast. I think there's a compulsion in me to just finish stuff, even though like the deadline may not be still there or not close, but I have this need to finish what I started. My experience with the rural outsourcing program has been very exciting. Um, I think I'm the most vocal about like requirements. I would say, why do I need this? Why do we need to do this? I guess because I'm old already and I've already done stuff, and then the teacher would tell us to like, no, you need to use this app or use this tool, etc. And I'm like, why? Why do I need it? Why? But then, of course, I'll do it because I'm a nerd, so I follow the teacher. So I will do it, and then I would realize that, oh, okay, oh my god, it's so much easier. Why didn't I do that before? So I guess, again, learning is it's a lifelong thing. And that's what I realized from the class. And it's also uh, a great experience actually doing the task. I remember I've had my LinkedIn for like, I don't know, years, and it just stood there. But then there was an assignment which said na we had to fill it up, and then I started filling it up, and then I realized, oh my God, I've done so much na pala. um, and then it's really nice to connect also. It's also nice to connect because when you're a freelancer, you just work from home, and sometimes the computer or the laptop is all you see all day. So it was nice actually go physically uh, going to a class and meeting these people, and they're so warm and so encouraging, and I really really had a nice fun time in class.